Yes, Babs, I know. You're way too nice of a person to run Moss. We'll try this hand. There's some things we can do if we come up short of mana, like dispersing our own Gate Creeper, so we'll see what happens. I know it's in the Simic thread, Babs. I just can't go to NGA while I'm streaming, and a lot of our viewers don't go to NGA at all, like ever, because they don't know what a forum, or they don't use forums. Like, forums are kind of archaic nowadays, so I'm kind of asking for their benefit. You seem nice enough to me. I don't know what the problem is. You got a reputation of some, like, bad, mean, cruel person to defend. Just gonna make that face every time someone says Moss is easy. Alright, so that's a good draw. We don't have to do the bounce our Gate Creeper thing yet because of it. So we might be up against some kind of a mono blue control. Let's see what happens here. Pilgrim's Eye, so maybe a mono blue artifacty thoptery thingy. And there's our second blue, which we needed. So is there anything else we want to do this turn? We can take a like Clutch of Currents route or a Disperse route and get our Gate Creeper back and replay it so that we hit our next 2 land drops for sure. But I don't think that's worth it. I think we can definitely see our next card, because you definitely want to play this on 9 or 10 in this deck. You don't just want to slam it on 6 to get to Revenge a turn sooner. At least I don't think so. Although we're up against blue, that can't do anything about Revenge. Blue can't do anything about Revenge. I am going to take a more aggressive route here, and we are going to... This turn we're going to reset Gate Creeper, so we have our 6th and 7th land. Next turn we're going to part the Water Veil. Then we're going to play Gaia's Revenge a turn earlier than we would otherwise. Because I'm going to gamble that the blue deck can't stop it. Yeah, they can't mill it once it's on the table, though. They can't. Bab says you can mill Gaia's Revenge. Not once it gets out there. Not once it gets out there. Could counterpart the Water Veil. Oh, Zoa. Got Zoa. Okay, so that's good. So we're gonna set him up and do that, so that he has nothing to bounce. Then we are going to go do this. Use it as a ramp spell. Oh my, that's brutal. You know, I double Gaia's Revenged him in the tournament, and oh man, I have pretty tight draws against Danny, I gotta say. Ooh, saucy, but you know, we've got a workaround. And but I think this turn we're just gonna. I think we get better mana efficiency this turn out spiking Revenge. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Yep. So we'll just put him on tilt. Oh my goodness. Good question, Babs. There was a lot of talk about whether or not you would run Plated Crusher over Gaia's Revenge when that card came out, but nah. Gaia's Revenge is better now than it's ever been. This card is amazing. And it's so much better than Crusher. It really is. Just Haste. Haste is, you know, it's comparable to Trample, but can't be countered, can't be targeted. It's just yeah. I got my opinion. Got my opinion on the matter. Alright, so we're going to polish this one off in displacement style. And show you why a line Hydron network also isn't enough. Yeah, Chandra's Ignition is a good combo card for sure, but yeah, it's not like I would rather cut Chandra's Ignition from the deck than Revenge. Alright, let's see if you can do another. Alright, I'm sending Danny some more messages just to make sure he's with us for a few more. Yeah, double revenge. There you go. Ba-bam. Indeed, double revenge hype. That's a lot of damage. They travel in packs for me. I draw 2, a lot more than I think people are meant to. Alright. It is a pretty loose keep on the draw, or on the play. On the draw, it's an obvious keep. On the play, it's tough. It's a little under 50% that I'll draw a land next turn, and then I have one more turn after that. We're going to try it because of the bounce spells, you know. We can buy time with those if we need to. If we just hit a land, we're off to the races, and we have a tough to deal with win condition who's been good to us, but it looks like we're up against something aggressive, which is going to be a good test, I think. Hey, look at that payoff, like a boss. We just spike that land right off the top. Magic loves me. Let's see if we can entice him to move in. He knows at this point how much bounce we run. I'm going to bounce something this turn no matter what, but I think I'm going to wait till end step. If he's running a leopard, it's so likely he has slide runners and knowledge. A slab hammer, that's fine. So this will put him off for 2 attack steps and let us get our ramp going. Alright. So next turn we can Kiora and clutch the creature that he casts and continue to put it off. Time to eat Babs. Such a dirty mouth. But we'll see. I want to see how this does against aggro. And it looks like it's a landfall deck missing lands, so that's a pretty big negative for our opponent here. So I think we're okay. I think we have a good hand for the situation. So, yeah. Against aggro decks and decks just trying to keep a board with pressure, you just play like turbo tempo and just bounce everything they do while ramping yourself, and then you get up into these plays they can't deal with. I probably said it 100 times, but it's what I do. And there's the doubles. He's got dibs. So if we draw land, we have Revenge. If we don't draw land, we have Drowner or Sower. And I think Drowner's better here. I think Drowner's better here. Hello? I tap you. I definitely don't need it zoomed for me. Drowner gives us the tokens, which gives us, you know, access to 7-man next turn if we don't have to pitch them. But he's well behind the 8 ball now. I'm already in the range of casting big monsters, which is not what he wants to deal with. I do appreciate having a mana pool. I wish that the game were smarter about your mana pool. I can't believe that you add mana to your mana pool manually, and then you still have to select it by scrolling through your available lands. That drives me crazy. Why can't they just prioritize what we manually add to the mana pool so that it actually makes tapping faster instead of even more complicated than it was? You know what I mean? Like, Anyway, if you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. Alrighty, let's send you a monster. You can group block it and take it down. Yeah, he's gonna go for that, but that's fine. We just 3-for-1'd him and we still have a commanding board. I'm actually just fine with that. He's probably taking down Gaia's Revenge just to send a message and not be the victim anymore. Sometimes you gotta do that, you know? You got a bully beating you up, you gotta send him a message. I am not the victim. I can kill you, I can take you out, even if it takes everything I have, and that's what just happened. That's what Danny just told Gaia's Revenge. Enough is enough. That's what he said. Alright. Let's do it like... I think against this deck, just more bodies is better than an Acid Moss. I really do. So that's what we're going to do right after I attack him with the Drowner. We need Primeval Titan, Babs. That's what we need. I would love Primeval Titan. I would love to have Primeval Titan back in the game. It's such a fun card. Oh, look at that. Boom. And I'm not gonna sacrifice my Scions to ramp here. They're too useful. They really are too useful as tap downs. But hey, for people looking for Kiora Ultimates, you might get to see 2. And it looks like he was going to send us some trample, maybe? Yeah, okay. The sad part of this is we're just going to tap it. It's, you know, you can go for it, but it's not going to happen. Not today. We're all gonna fight you. The Octopi Horde has come. And because there's no realistic way out of this, I'm not even going to Moss here. So our aggro deck missed a land drop in there somewhere. I think the second land drop, but had turn 1 Leopard, turn 2 Slab Hammer, and didn't really get to do any damage. I mean, the bounce spells did their work while the ramp spells did their work, and this game was over pretty decisively. Turn 2 Slab Hammer, though, you know, legit. Like, that is not